Hello, and welcome back to Doomed. Not-so-solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game, with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. Happy end-ish to 2024. Happy beginning-ish of 2025. There was no one... Well, I mean, we're not at New Year's yet. I understand this. And if you're watching this on the VOD, maybe it is already the future. Who am I to say? But the only person that I want to ring in the end of the year with, the end of times with, is, of course, the Crosshair. Hello, the Crosshair.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we don't even know if we are gonna be playing on the 28th.
Or, nope, it's true, we don't. We don't know. Oh, Aragwen, hello. Hey. It's the sound that emote is making.
It's the end times before the holidays anyway.
Exactly. There's something people often associate horror and eldritch horror and so on with you know, the fall because there's a lot of spooky stories around Halloween and All Hallows Eve and so on, but also because it's the darkest time of year. There's no snow to reflect the light. It's just physically quite dark. But I've always felt like, you know, if we set an arbitrary end of the year, why can't the universe set an arbitrary end of the universe? It's, you know, the holidays, I agree, Crosshare, the holidays feel like a bit of an end time situation because it is the ending of something. It's just in this case, it's very much the end of the world, which I'm glad you're all here for. Oh boy. Yes, Crosshair, of course, I've been a real mess recently in terms of, a little peek behind the curtain here in terms of, the industry in which I work. For whatever reason, I think yesterday was the 20th of December, which is probably the arbitrary sort of last day, for a lot of people before they take a week off for the holidays, maybe even two. So in the acting industry specifically, there was a ton of stuff in this last week. Just like, okay, we gotta get this done, and like, no, you don't. Like, you're not doing anything till January anyway. Why are we rushing to do things? It was very busy, is my point. And so I don't know if I'm coming or going. There's no wrapped gifts under the... There's nothing happening, okay? We just gotta end the world. And then, Crosshair, you and I will figure out what the heck is going to happen for the remainder of this campaign and in the future of Doomed and Twomed.
Yeah, I have a pretty good idea what we're gonna do for Doomed after this one, but there's gonna be Doomed in between anyway, yeah.
I have some... as you all are well aware, there are lots of things that I want to do just because... Solo Doomed has now progressed through all of the sort of main official campaigns. Doesn't mean that there isn't a ton of fan content. Doesn't mean that there isn't a ton of standalone scenarios. There's a ton more Doomed coming in 2025. And just in what order those things happen is the question. And we'll see.
It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. I'm getting quite hype for the next big box expansion, the Drowned City. The investigators have all been revealed at this point, or mostly revealed, I should say. And I have a good sense of who I'm going to play, and it's just going to be a wild ride, because, like, I won't know anything about it. It's going to be very exciting. Anywho, Crosshair. We should probably get to it. As a reminder, of course, this is Doomed. This is not the optimalist playthroughs of things. We haven't seen these scenarios before. We're going in story first. And as Crosshair also very vigilantly mentions, you know, be safe. Take care of yourselves. Arkham Horror, as a concept and as a game, does often contain art that can be distressing. So just, you know, and concepts. So just, you know, be safe. Did I ever change? Okay, good. Okay. Crosshair, OBS is working.
Okay, cool.
You're like, great, was it not before?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Exactly.
I don't watch this crap.
What? But you are this crap. I am this crap. What the hell? Okay. As always, story so far, and then I'm going to do a big tour of the table as it stands, because I want to know what the heck is going on. I do feel like we're mid scenario 6, Crimson Harvest in the Souls of Darkness campaign, and as we do a tour of the table, I will say it does feel like, Crosshair, both Rex and Wendy have managed to get a lot of stuff set up, which is good.
Yeah.
Which is very good. Okay. If we recall, Rex and Wendy separately were investigating the auction of mysterious relics in Arkham, which was broken into by a blood cult. They took some of these relics and did something with them in Arkham, something sinister. We don't know what. Rex's investigatory journey hit some dead ends. He was invited to essentially a seance. Maybe we can find something, in the back of our own minds and our own subconsciouses. Wendy was there once more as the dream guide to take them into this, dream realm where they got glimpses into the one possible future, and then were spat out in Romania. How, we don't know. In Romania, they came across a village nestled in the foot of the mountains, maybe the Carpathian Mountains, I don't know, below the Castle Dragonescu. The Dragonescus, of course, being an old Romanian family, which have been gathering a lot of power over the years. Rex and Wendy tried to find people to confide in the village, got captured, broke out of their captivity in the castle, where Wendy, specifically Wendy, witnessed a confrontation between father and son, between Nicolae Dragonescu II and the third, where the son sort of essentially had a coup. He took over the castle, the family, the legacy, in order to bring about the end of the world. He thinks it's time for them to submit themselves to the blood god, Rylkos. Wendy managed to meet up back with Rex, who had been beaten up in the cellar and dragged himself out a secret passage. They're back in the village of Valea Dragonesculi, or whatever it's called, itself, where the end of the world is coming. The Dragonescu's cultists, oath-breakers, have descended upon the village to try to destroy it. That's the story so far of the campaign. And in terms of the scenario, we've been trying to evacuate townspeople. Rex managed to find his way into a little bit. Wendy's been dealing with oath breakers here and there, as you do. What else? And then Rex found his way into the monastery, where the Order of the Sacred Flame is trying to plan some last-ditch action to try to save the village. Okay, that's the story so far. I will ask, of course, Crosshair, did I miss anything?
Not really.
That's good.
There hasn't been that much stabbing in this scenario because Wendy lost her blade somewhere, but...
That's a true... I mean, when we talk about tragedy in Arkham, usually people are like, oh man, geez, like, oh, the ancient evils came up at the wrong time, or like, oh, if I just had one more health. The real tragedy of Arkham is not giving Wendy Adams her blade for stabbing. Okay, where do I start? I start with the agenda and the act, and then we move on to the map, and then we move on to our play areas. Agenda 3A is called The Red Mist. The carnage is attracting otherworldly horrors, and a red mist begins to settle over the village. You recall the stories you've heard about the terrible sickness that once took hold here, and you hope you can find a way to push back the mist. Subscriber. Thank you very much, Audio G, the real Audio G. Welcome to the stream. Wonderful to have you with us on Doomed. I am joined today by the Crosshair.
Hello.
Absolutely fabulous. All right. Whoa. Okay. That was Agenda 3A, the Red Mist. It's got a 5 Doom threshold. There's a forced effect here at the end of the enemy phase. Ready, unengaged enemies attack their location. They're trying to burn down the village after all. Or destroy it, I should say. Act 1A, Oathbreakers. The town is under assault. Can you protect the people? Can you fight back? How long can you hold out? And then there's an important forced effect here, which I think is going to come into play pretty soon. Before the agenda would advance, so place a Doom on the agenda, and then before the agenda would advance, remove all Doom from non-agenda cards in play, so enemies probably, deal 1 damage and 1 horror to a town location for each Doom removed this way. If the Doom in play is now less than the Doom threshold, the agenda does not advance. Objective. When all town locations in play are destroyed, immediately advance. Yeah. So, you know, the reality is this means that things like the cultists of Ufhash here have been siphoning blood from townsfolk around Valea, and this doom will translate into the destruction of more towns' locations.
Yeah, 4 of them.
Yes, it is a lot. Plus, of course, all of the damage and all the damage and horror from the various Oathbreakers themselves. This might be a very short end of the... Well, we'll have to see. Map-wise, we've got the Valea here, which has been destroyed, the outskirts of the town itself. This is where we spend clues to rescue townsfolk. The Red Mist has descended upon the Valea, which is a treachery, which basically, at the end of your turn, if you're at this location, you have to reveal a token from the Chaos Bag, and potentially bad stuff will happen to you. You get corrupted. The ranch and the cemetery have both been destroyed as well. There's the Red Mist is down at the ranch. There's more Red Mist, I should say, at the ranch. There is an Oathbreaker Thrall, who is at the now destroyed cemetery, who will be patrolling to another town location to try to destroy it. Scary. The monastery, however, is currently still alive.
Not for long.
Not for long. Yeah, very much not for long. Maybe we can save it.
Shouldn't monastery have 4 health, or did it take damage from something?
I think it must have taken damage from something. I don't feel like we've changed any of the numbers here. Maybe there was a thrall also, or there was an enemy at the monastery with Rex that he managed to kill. Maybe it damaged there somehow.
Oh yeah, it might have been a troll that attacked the monastery, but...
The Sanctuary of the Sacred Flame is where Rex is. He managed to make his way back through the monastery. It's not a town, so it doesn't it still has health, but it doesn't count towards the sort of threshold of, like, is the town destroyed or not. However, there is a warning here. It says, warning, if this location is destroyed, the game will end. Ridiculous. Okay. The inn, looking lovely. No Red Mist. No damage. Just a Wendy Adams.
Yep. Having a drink.
Yep. And then the rest of the town, not doing great either. Town square, market, courthouse, and butcher shop all have all taken 2 of their 4 damage. They all have horror on them. There is another thrall down in the butcher shop, ready to smash it. And an Oathbreaker Brigade, which is a horde of Oathbreakers, which again, they spawned the thrall, and they're ready to smash up the courthouse.
Yeah, and they're gonna do so because they deal 2 damage next.
Correct.
Enemy phase.
So I think basically we're gonna also still review what we have going on, but to my understanding, in the enemy phase there's gonna be some smashing and some burning, and then in the mythos phase there's gonna be some more smashing and burning from all of the doom, unless we manage to get rid of some of that somehow. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unlikely, but...
Unlikely, but. Exactly, yeah. over now to Rex Murphy. He's got some of his materials, at least. He managed to convince the monks to let him in. He's taken some photos of the town. He's still a quick study, but he doesn't have any clues, which is a little rough. 3 health, 6 sanity left. But of course, his traumatic fear. The astral nightmares upgraded into traumatic fears. This is a forced effect. When you would move to a destroyed location, I have to test willpower, and if I fail, I have to cancel the move and get traumatized. But so Rex is okay, but he's also sheltering himself in the sanctuary, as you do.
Yeah.
How is Wendy?
Well, Wendy has her crown, and the townsfolk blame her for this, which isn't too far from the truth, to be honest.
Yep.
And some disguises, planning some burglaries, a chalice of blood as one does.
And Fence. Fence actually made it into play this game. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Which has been very nice. So that's good. And Wendy's amulet. You've got scrounge for supplies on top. Okay. Yeah. The market's pretty empty. And a mysterious power of blood treachery that was like a specific one. I don't know. We don't know what it is. Ooh.
We'll see.
Yep, we will certainly see. Okay, so that's...
And we have 0 XP and 0 power in the victory display, so...
Yeah, well... I mean, at this point, it's, I think we're fighting for our survival here. In terms of our... what we're aiming to do here, what Rex and Wendy are planning to do. The objective question mark is when town locations are destroyed, immediately advance. Of course, we don't, we don't want that to happen, but that will advance the act. There is an action.
Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry, Crosshare.
It will happen.
It will happen at some point. It's true. There is an action on Valea Dragonuli, which says, if there are fewer than 4 tokens on the scenario reference card, you can spend 2 clues to rescue more townsfolk. Take a damage or a horror, put a resource on the scenario reference card. Now, I think that's important. We've rescued 2 of 4 groups of townsfolk. The reason I think that's important is exactly, if we head over to the Sanctuary of the Sacred Flame, there's 2 free triggers on the Sanctuary. The first one is, if there are no clues on the Sanctuary, or if you control the armor of the Sacred Flame, lol, put the set-aside Shield of Faith story asset into your play area. Shield of Faith sounds pretty good. Put the set-aside Johann Reinhardt story asset into play at this location. And there's a free trigger. If Johann Reinhardt is here, and there are 4 resources on the scenario reference card, you can take control of him, and presumably in the interlude, we learned he's, I guess, the Grand Vizier of the Sanctuary of the Sacred Flame, or whatever, I don't know.
Mm.
He's probably got some sort of purifying flame business that he's going to try to do. So, my goal, Crosshair, is, I don't know how, because I'm currently noteless, but my plan is to somehow get the clues from the Sanctuary, get myself the armor of the Sacred Flame, and then get back out into the world and try to rescue more townsfolk. Somehow.
Basically, with the 2 clues you get from the Sanctuary, you can go and rescue 1 villager.
Yes.
Because Wendy's plan is to go to the town square, get some clues, and rescue some townsfolk.
Excellent. Because, yes, I think the other thing... Where was it, though? There was, I'm just going to reread the Scenario 6 rules, because there was something important here. So enemies can attack locations. Locations have health. Okay, when a location has taken damage equal to its health value, turn it over to its destroyed side, remove clues and damage tokens from its location, but leave other cards and it's like horror on that location. Destroyed locations don't take damage. So, other than the cemetery, which kept its clues when it was destroyed, destroyed locations will lose their clues, which is, rough, shall we say. Okay, but that
And also,
yeah.
if we take any damage, both of the cultists will get a doom on them.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be, well, okay, oh, yes, good point. When they have Doom on them, they lose Aloof, and they get +1 health and +1 horror. So, they only have 2 fight and 1 health, and they're no longer Aloof, so, like, I don't like my chances of just running in there and punching him, but, like, I don't think either of us like our chances of doing that. But in theory, one could.
Yeah, if I had one item, then I could. But I don't.
Right, well,
So I won't.
but I know. That is the world of Arkham in a nutshell, isn't it? We are in the village of Valea, Draganululi. The red mist has descended upon parts of the town. The heart of the town is under threat from more Oathbreakers and Oathbreaker brigades. It's to us. Yeah.
Yep.
What?
I can go.
Hmm?
I can go.
Get into it there, Crosshair. I think that's a good idea.
Right.
All right,
So,
Wendy. Yes.
let's put on some footwear.
Yeah, let's lace up those shoes.
Yeah, before running into town. That's on fire.
Yeah, well, you'll need the shoes to get out of there.
Now I'm thinking. There's 3 horror and it's a 2 fight enemy. I have 1 attack.
Yeah, it's not it's not great. I'll tell you that.
Even with the Chalice of Blood, I'd be 0 against 2.
Oh god, yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, well they blame you as just a yeah, that's huh. That's no good.
But I can run 2 locations, maybe, with the track shoes. So I guess I'll just try to get to the town square anyway, because then I can. Other option is to go to the monastery and make sure the Oathbreaker troll is evaded.
Well, that's a good shout, because there's a forced effect on the cemetery that's not very nice. I didn't notice that. But perhaps, doable.
I guess I'll just go with my original plan and go to the town square.
Okay.
Try to get the clue, so let's first head off to Valea Draganuli through the fire and flames.
We carry on.
Yeah,
right.
And then we're gonna try to hit the track shoes, which is extra track shoes test agility 3, so 3 to 5. Oh, okay.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna read. Yeah, I could move to the town square. What would I use 1 action to do?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Do I need the action? Not really, because I can't really do. Well, I could investigate.
Yes. Yep.
Screw it, I don't need this anyway. So I'm gonna throw this away and redraw.
Okay.
There we go.
That's very nice.
Whoosh! Let's just run through the town to the town square.
Okay.
And I guess we're just gonna If I use the Chalice of Blood, it's a 3-on-3 test.
Mm.
But next
Yes.
turn I can do stuff.
I feel
So
like
let's.
Your power is your power 6 maybe or 4? I can't remember now.
Oh, right.
I think it might even
True.
be more than what's recorded there.
Power is 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
So plus.
Oh, right. It's
a plus 3.
plus
then.
3.
Okay. Okay.
So,
That's good.
yeah. And -2 from They Blame You.
Mm-hmm.
So +1. Did I? Yeah, I guess I counted that right. Yeah.
I think so.
3 against 4. Cool. Well, that's it then. Oh, right.
Oh yeah, you should probably.
I would use any of these anyway, so. Which one do I want to draw next turn?
Yeah. Question.
I'm going to just do this. No. So yeah, 3 to 4, or 4 to 3. Anyway, let's try to investigate this.
Hey.
0 is not 1, but it's still. It's 1.
Yeah. No, you succeeded and got a clue. This is great. This is great news.
Yeah. And that's me.
Okay, excellent. While Wendy is hunting for townsfolk to try to save, Rex is desperately trying to. Oh, yep. Tell me.
Because the town square isn't on fire yet.
Yes, but I imagine there's going to be a brigade of folks moving in. Well, not now, but soon enough to destroy the rest of the town. Rex has studied, and he's managed to talk his way through into, as they say. Oh God, what the hell? Oh, Doc. He's managed to talk his way back into the sanctuary, but the Order of the Sacred Flame is not interested in what he has to say necessarily. Without the ability to communicate well with them, Rex can't sort of be a quick study. What I'm going to do is investigate anyway, 5 to 5. I don't really have much more I can do about this, but I will take heart to this test, because I will presumably fail it, and then it will hopefully draw me into something better. We'll see.
Yeah,
but he might.
Like a weakness.
Yeah, exactly, Crosshair. Like a weakness. Let's go 5 to 5. It's a -1. So, unfortunately, Rex is unable to, speak with confidence here, and the monks and the Order of the Sacred Flame just turn away from him. I'm going to take heart, draw 2 cards, and gain 2 resources. Interesting. Very interesting. I actually think this. Seems insane to do this, but I think I'm going to. I only have so many hands, is what I'm thinking of. But I still think it's probably worth doing at this point in the time. Is it now? Yeah, he's gonna discard, he's gonna throw away his notes to play Maze Camera, which gives me another intellect, so that's pretty good. Excuse me. Rex is perhaps he realizes that if he can't communicate the depth of his knowledge to these warriors, perhaps he can show them some proof of some of the things that they've done. I now have 6 intellect, so I'm going to, with my last action, investigate again at 6 to 5, but I'll commit research notes to go 7 to 5.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there's only so much I can do, right? So,
Yep.
hang on. Spells? Yeah. Yeah, let's go 8, actually. Oh, an Elder Sign! Okay, well, as much as I love drawing cards, I think we keep this as an Elder Sign, which means we, in fact, succeed by 2 or more, and I get both clues off the location. Fantastico.
Well, that's almost all the civilians saved then.
Almost. If there are no clues on Sanctuary, I'm going to just do this because it's a fast action. Put the set-aside Shield of Faith story asset into your play area. Put the set-aside Johann Reinhardt story asset into play at this location. I want to see what these things do.
Johann.
Johann Reinhardt. Okay. Let's have a look here.
Get behind me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, actually, though. So he is a Sacred Flame ally companion. Free trigger. If there is an abomination in the victory display, exile Johann Reinhardt and investigators at this location spend 6 clues to either defeat all enemies and destroy all town locations in play, advance the act, proceed to resolution 2, so I think he burns everything, or destroy this location and defeat all enemies here. Each investigator at this location suffers a physical trauma. If there are no enemies left in play, advance the act and proceed to harm 1. The only way to get control of Johann is if we've saved enough townsfolk, though. That's still on the... That's a free trigger on the Sanctuary of the Sacred Flame, so we can't even control him yet anyway. Also, in order to burn the town down, we need 6 clues? Like, what?
And an abomination in the victory display.
Yeah, it doesn't... It's pretty intense. However...
Also, exile Johann Reinhardt and investigators at this location. Oh, right, and investigators at this location spend clue.
Yeah, exile your investigator, make a new person for the...
It's missing a comma from there.
Yes. The Order of the Sacred Flame has faith, perhaps, in Wendy and Rex to help save townsfolk, but no faith in them yet to purify the village. However, they do give Rex access to, or I suppose he is blessed. Johann Reinhardt comes over and mutters something in Romanian, Latin words mixed in, and then he feels, I don't know, purified. This is a blessed ritual. Free trigger. For the remainder of the phase, place all damage and horror you receive from enemies onto Shield of Faith. So Rex can go and presumably soak a bunch of attacks for the remainder of the phase, so like in the enemy phase, say. Forced, at the end of the round, if there is any damage or horror on Shield of Faith, remove 4 damage and 4 horror from it, then take damage and horror equal to the remainder and exile Shield of Faith. So the Shield of Faith can absorb any amount of damage and horror that you receive in one phase. So perhaps Rex will be able to go and just take a bunch of hits from enemies, but then at the end of the round, the shield dissipates and it only absorbed so much. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Crosshair, we've got the clues. Well, we've got some of the clues. Okay. That brings us to the end of the investigation phase, which means we need to take a look at how all the enemies move and work. What is going to happen in the town?
First off, I think the Oathbreaker moves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Patrols to the nearest town location, you're right.
The others do nothing.
The others do nothing because they're already at the nearest town. Then... Cool, yeah. And then at the end of the enemy phase, they attack. They attack their location. Including...
It's troll. Butcher shop goes to 3. courthouse gets destroyed and has 3 horror on it.
We've been counting up or down with the damage tokens. Oh, up. Okay, good. Yeah.
Down.
I can't remember.
Down.
Oh God. Okay.
It's
Well,
the health value.
Right.
So.
Wasn't the butcher shop at?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Got it. Good. Okay, so actually not fully destroyed yet. Anyway.
Yeah.
Boom.
The courthouse got destroyed, but
My courthouse. Ah, and the courthouse allows you to gain some additional clues. Gain.
Yeah.
Place them.
yeah,
Okay.
just have to take damage or horror, and then
I'm sure we're not. I'm sure that'll be fine. Okay, so
and
I dealt horror from the cultist already to the ranch.
yeah,
And this guy wasn't ready because of the disguise, you see. But yeah, that brings us to upkeep, right?
Kepe.
All right, where we draw cards, gain resources, do whatever we need to do.
Ah,
Actually might be really good. I guess we'll see. Brrr. Okay. 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 Wendy has found herself in the middle of the town square, trying desperately to get people to, Pied Piper follow her back and out, maybe to hide somewhere in the village, or maybe to escort them back out onto the outskirts into the inn. Rex has been blessed and is ready to step out with his shield of faith to try to, again, convince more townsfolk to follow him as well.
oh right, and the doom doesn't. Oh no, it does.
No, I think you're right. It doesn't advance the agenda because we place one, and then we remove all other. What does it say here? Yeah, remove all doom from non-agenda cards in play. Deal a damage and a horror to a town location for each doom removed this way.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is the bad stuff.
Only 4.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so let's, I guess, figure out what we want to damage, if we can.
Well, I'd say that the inn can take 3 damage.
Yep, and 3 horror. I agree with you. I'm going to throw the horror on there. That's a great idea, so it doesn't get destroyed immediately. Love that.
And we have to just...
One more...
1 damage and what?
The market?
Town square... Yeah, market point.
Okay.
It's gonna get destroyed next turn by the Oathbreaker anyway.
Yeah.
Butcher shop will be destroyed by the Oathbreaker anyway. So yeah.
Okay.
Might as well.
But yeah, the longer we can keep things alive, the longer we have to do what we need to do. And the cultists of Ufhash are once again aloof because they haven't siphoned and to get any doom, so they're once again aloof, which is good, I think.
But luckily we won't draw any more enemies.
Correct. I'm sure. Why don't we find out? Let's I'm just gonna save the game real quick. And then I suppose we will see if more forces of darkness descend upon the village or not. Roger Twy, hello.
Oof.
Boof. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. I'm joined today by the Crosshair. God damn it.
Yes, I feel so welcome.
So welcome. No, not you. I mean, not... God. Oh, I remember the disciple. You, Wendy pushed her into a pit, I think.
Just adding that in
Oh,
there.
yes, of course, yeah. God damn it.
So yeah, Disciple of Ufhash, retaliate humanoid cultist, spawn any location empty fable. When an enemy is defeated at any location, place 1 doom on Disciple of Ufhash.
Joke's on you. We can't fight.
Yeah. The cemetery is empty.
Yep, that's a great place. Thanks, Roger Twy. Just trying my best. Display.
It's not patrolling or anything, so it'll just sit there.
Yes.
Useless.
Yeah, useless. It's the sort of equivalent, I think, of the cultist, where if you decide to fight your way out, the disciple, got it, Aragwen, will accumulate doom in that way. Disciple. All right. Rex draws a Oathbreaker Thrall. Spawns a town location empty if able. I think that's going to be the inn or the market.
In our market. But it attacks its location.
Yes, at the end of the enemy. Is it the end?
No, when it spawns.
Oh, blech. Oh, I see. Blech. Oh, that's bad.
Oh. If we destroy the inn, it's gonna be the inn or market that gets destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has to be an empty location, so...
Yeah. Because I'm thinking the Oathbreaker Brigade is gonna go... Like, it patrols before the enemies attack their location. So, like...
Oh, right, it can go to the butcher shop.
So that's good. But then But yeah, spawning a guy up at the market means that I think he'll come down and fight Wendy. Less good.
If Wendy is there.
If Wendy's there. So maybe...
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like the inn has been our safety location. The whole sort of campaign. Well, since scenario.
And again, market has some clues left on it, so...
Oh, good point. Okay, so I
But...
Yes?
If we put it in the inn, then in the enemy phase it'll go to the Valea Draganuli, and that's an issue later.
Yeah, it's definitely an issue. I guess we don't really need...
We don't need that many clues.
Yeah, I'm not happy about this, but that's, it is what it is. So it attacks its location. No. Bye. Alright. The Oathbreakers continue their relentless assault upon the town. Yeah. Okay. So, here we go. Oh, Cthulhu, good evening. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. I am joined today by the Crosshair.
God damn it.
God damn it, comma, god damn it, exclamation point. We have many
Hello.
cultists and disciples, and anyway, it's a mess. The town is just a disaster. So, I wish I had an extra action. Well, actually, no, probably a bad idea. If I could, Crosshair, my turn would be move, spend my clues to rescue some townsfolk. If I do that, I will get absolutely smashed. Maybe not to death, but,
Yeah, because you can use the Shield of Faith. Anyway.
Yes,
Actually, no.
Yep.
You won't get smashed if you... Move. Spend.
I'll keep the Oathbreaker Thrall will come with me, and he... I'll have to take attacks of opportunity from this guy as I pass through that location.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's less. So I could I could move, evade, move, but and then we're short in action. But maybe that's okay.
Oh yeah, but you'll move the Oathbreaker to the center as well.
Yeah. So if I move, I would take 2 damage and 1 horror. And then there'd be Doom on the Cultist of Ufhash, who would also engage me. Then in the enemy phase, I would block it, but I don't know.
Yeah, and if you end your turn at the down, there's the red mist, then you have to take damage or horror anyway. And
Yeah. Although, maybe maybe that's not. Well, I mean that's. I was gonna say maybe that's not so bad, but I know it's bad. But if the yeah, the question is, are we trying to rescue the townsfolk right away, like as fast as we can, or are we trying to slow roll things a little bit longer so that we have time to, I don't know. I mean, what's wild is I don't even know what we're gonna do anyway, because we'll rescue the townsfolk, but then what?
If I succeed 3 times in getting the clues, then next turn the above Oathbreaker troll can patrol to the oh right, it has to patrol to town square. It's not really an issue.
He would attack you rather than the town square, which is maybe okay. Well,
yeah, one hell. Well, it's 2 doom on the cultist of Uvhash, so
yeah. I mean that's where we're at for sure.
If I move away, like grab 2 clues, move to the Palea, and then use the shoes to go to the inn.
Yeah.
Then I could do the same thing next turn.
Which, I mean, yeah, what would be... I'm just trying to think here. If you end your turn at the valet... What is the forced effect on the red mist here? Because I'm trying to think how bad is this? Reveal a token from the game's bank.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you reveal one of the not-so-great tokens, either defeat an ally you control, or take a set-aside consumption of Uvhash weakness and put it into play in your threat area. Okay, yeah. That's not great.
Well, I don't have any allies, so...
Right.
But I can also redraw that forced effect.
Okay. Well, I mean, you would... I think, if the track shoes don't work, it's not the end of the world, I guess is what I mean.
Yeah. But also, I don't know if I'm gonna get 2 clues or...
Oh, no. Yeah, that's the other... I mean, I guess that's the other part, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think my plan is going to be to move and try to evade the Oathbreaker Thrall so that I can then, I guess, do it again next turn, keep moving into the town and save a couple of people.
Other option is to, because I'm a bit better at evading than you are, is to grab a clue here, move to the center, and use track shoes to move to the monastery. The thrall would engage me, and then I could evade it.
And I think that would be fabulous then, because then, yes, I would, in theory, have... Well, I would definitely have the actions to get to the town and save some more villagers.
Or we can wait at the monastery next turn, and then we both can go to the town square and get out of there as well.
Oh, the resign action! Yeah.
No, I mean that...
Oh, get out of the... Yes, I see.
So my plan would be get a clue so that I have 2 clues. Then move to the... Then use track shoes to move to the monastery, and evade the Oathbreaker.
Great. That sounds
cool.
That sounds like a plan. Wendy, let's see if we can rescue some more townsfolk. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
And you have 2 clues, so if we both wait at the monastery for next turn, then we can both go into the town center, drop the clues, and then get out.
Yeah, I even if we think this is better, I even have an extra... Spending clues to rescue villagers gives me an extra action with Press Pass, so I could use it to step back out.
Yeah.
And then that...
Because I'm trying to avoid getting damaged because of the siphon effects.
Yes, of course.
Yes, like
that's super fair. But it sounds like we should start with you, with Wendy, trying to, grab a few more people and get them out of the square before they are defeated, destroyed by the Oathbreaker Brigade coming through.
Yeah, well, the thing is that it's -2. They blame you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 1 against. Oh, but right. That was my plan all along. Anyway, nope. Can't go back there. I'm still not taking the lockpicks.
I mean, no point in picking locks when you have to just break down doors, right?
Yeah. First things first, fence will. It's a thieves' kit just
lovely. Okay, and it's fast.
standing around.
Love that.
Yeah. That's why I needed 6 resources.
I gotcha. There you go.
So yeah,
Wendy.
Wendy just happens to stumble upon a gift box on steps from Uncle.
Oh yes, of course, yes, as you do. Oh, which I'm sure this is going to be very useful for her in terms of helping get a few townsfolk out. No doubt.
Yeah, basically using the thieves' kit to possibly open some doors that have been locked from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just gonna try to use the thieves' kit then. To investigate this location, I use my agility, which means it's a 3 against 3 with the they blame you, but I'm gonna throw.
Oh, good, yeah.
Resourceful into this, so it's a 4 against 3.
Okay.
I believe.
Yep, that works for me. That makes sense for me.
Yeah, so 6. Then -2 from the they blame you. Yeah, 4 against 3. Yeah. It's as good as it gets, basically.
Yes. Okay, that is.
And a -1.
Fantastic. Okay. Phew.
So Wendy manages to unlock a door and like, come on.
You also get a buck, as they, maybe there's something valuable just sitting out by the door as well. Who knows?
Oh, right. So yeah, Wendy basically guides everyone out, then checks for valuables and.
Well, just to make sure they don't leave them behind. You know.
Yeah. So that's basically the townsfolk save.
Yeah, basically.
In theory.
In theory.
At least as many as we can, because the limit is 4, I think.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so no point in getting clues from the town square, unless we wanted to barricade it. So.
I mean, that would be, honestly, actually, that would be no bad thing.
But we don't know what the barricade does.
Correct, yeah, it probably stops enemies from hunting in for a turn or something like that, I imagine.
Yeah. But I think I'll stick with the plan that I had.
Yeah, fair point.
Which is to run to the Balea Dragonuli again with the townsfolk in tow. And no, we are not leaving yet.
We have something else to do, to take care of, yeah.
So 5 against 3.
Yep, sorry, do that first. Yeah.
You were saying?
Yes, I should have, supposed to remind you, resourceful returns a survivor card to your hand.
Something that's not resourceful, so.
Right.
Don't really care, it's gonna be a wasted card anyway.
Right. A useful.
Or a backup card,
yes.
I say. So yeah, 5 against 3 on the tracksuits.
Nope.
Yeah, well, that's the redraw,
all right, there we go.
I think.
Back, okie dokie. It's back on top now, which is kind of fun.
There we go.
Hey, okay.
So, Wendy runs along. Oh, this is an Oathbreaker. Ooh. That was a -1. They blame you gave -5. Yes. Yeah, so it basically failed.
Okay.
Because they blame you gives me -5 at
Oh,
the...
so it was okay. So it was never going to succeed. Oh well, I guess Wendy's amulet means your elder sign is an automatic success, so it's a possibility, I suppose.
Yeah, I didn't think about they blame you.
Did you want to not toss the? Well, no. I suppose it's all kind of the same, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't have tossed it basically, but...
Oh yeah, I'm so fine with that because I
didn't realize that. Because it's 5 against 3, but -5, so I would have had to get an automatic success. So that's basically a dead pull anyway.
So in fact, yeah, would you continue on or would you go elsewhere? This is a good. Or are we resetting a little bit back to the town square?
Oh no, not that far.
Okay.
Because I'm leaving the town square anyway. So
hello, Graspilut. Hello again, Cthulhu. Wonderful to have you both with us. Of course, welcome to Doomed. We are joined today by the Crosshair.
Oh.
So then, in that case, what happens instead?
I just wouldn't throw away a card for a chance to get the elder sign.
That's fair.
So the last action would be to leave this place, obviously. So should I go to the monastery and grab the Oathbreaker? How much doom do we have? So it would advance.
I think it removes the doom from the cultists to damage towns instead. So I don't think we would advance. It adds doom, but they instead of advancing the agenda, the doom comes off the cultists to explode town locations.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, if we add 2 doom to the cultist of Uphas, that's 2 damage to town locations. The butcher shop will be destroyed.
Yeah.
Then the 2 damage would go on monastery, inn, or town square, and town square is gonna get the damage from Oathbreaker troll next turn.
Pretty much the end of times, yeah.
Yeah, we might. If I go to the monastery, that location won't get a damage at least.
Excuse me. It's true.
That leaves a chance to go to Valea Dragonuli and drop the survivors.
Or do you want to? Oh no, you don't want to end your turn here. I was gonna say you could also just drop off your.
Oh
survivors.
no. Yeah. Well, actually, there's nobody doing damage here currently.
The red mist forced effect will happen, but it might not do anything. You have to take a damage or a horror, but I imagine you would take the horror.
Yeah, horror, so that the siphon doesn't trigger. Yeah, actually, let's do that.
Okay.
Because, well, that means that if you don't do anything, the monastery will be destroyed.
Well, hopefully I can make that happen then. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, either you'll take a damage, or the monastery takes a damage.
Terrible for everybody. Yeah, true.
So yeah, I'll just take 1 horror and let's add
Yay!
More
townsfolk.
people.
Excellent work, Wendy. Ooh, did
Yeah,
you?
Wendy leads.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Wendy leads basically. Townsfolk to the train station, cart station,
Cart station.
before turning around like, oh, god damn it, I have to leave that Rex guy as well.
Wait, fair though. Did you heal a horror from reading your Grimm's fairy tales or knowing your Grimm's fairy tales? No, knowing them? I don't know.
Oh, right,
I feel like
true.
that's helpful.
Yeah.
And then I guess we should see if the red mist not consumes Wendy, but you know.
Oh, a
does something.
tentacle tablet or the squiggly one.
Thing. Yeah, the squid game.
Oh.
Nope.
That's
That is a
that's
tablet.
one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, those two don't look alike, by the way. The icon on the card and the icon
I
on
agree.
the.
They don't. Yeah.
But I'm gonna redraw that.
Okay. That is none of those.
Yeah, that's actually -1.
It's a -1. Sure.
Cool.
Okay.
That'll do.
So the red mist does not. I mean, as it kind of settles over Wendy, I imagine it does not. She's able to breathe through it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some sort of ability in her lineage? Who knows?
Yeah, smoking never hurt anyone.
It's true. Okay. Then, I don't really want to drop any clues. I guess...
Don't smoke, kids.
Don't smoke. Yeah, no smoking. I'm thinking move in and evade, but first action... Oof, I would love to get cards back from my discard pile, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Tragically. Trying to think if it's better to maybe have some extra options, or maybe just get in there and try something twice, you know. Let's search for the truth of what the cult is doing here. I have 2 clues, so I can either draw 2 cards or place clues on my location to get cards back from my discard pile, which I would love to do, but obviously I'm not going to put clues on my location. So I'm just going to draw 2 cards.
Actually,
yes.
Clues on your location don't matter anymore.
Except that we need them to, we need them to save the villagers. That's true. Now, of course, this is naturally what happens. Rex's curse begins to take form, as it often does. The thing that follows starts to shuffle its way, starts to coalesce far to the east in the town. However, I did get something else out of that, so that's good. I'm going to move in to my location, to the monastery. Rex feels shielded in faith. He steps out. One of the Oathbreaker thralls draws its massive sword, its massive blade, and steps towards him. And then I am going to, I guess, I wish I could just defeat it, but I can't. So I think I'm just going to evade it.
Oh, by the way, if you use Shield of Faith to evade the damage from the Oathbreaker, that means Siphon doesn't trigger.
Yeah, place all damage and horror you receive from enemies onto Shield of Faith. Yeah.
Because Siphon, I believe, was when investigators take damage.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. Excuse me. At the end, Cthulhu asks, on a scale from doomed to the bell tolls, how is it going? That's quite the scale. I would say we're somewhere in the, destruction approaches, doom approaches. I would say. Well, no, we're pretty doomed for sure. Yeah, I think that's not a bad thing. I'm a little sad to sort of quote unquote waste the Shield of Faith on a single attack in the enemy phase, but maybe I'll...
Yeah, the thing is, we don't have an abomination on the board even yet. So using Johann Reinhardt needs a abomination in the victory display.
Yeah, which feels to me like, because that's the thing,
And-
right? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And 6 clues.
Right. So it feels to me like the scenario, the plan, the story, they want us to rescue townsfolk and then go and recruit Johann Reinhardt and then use those clues to, basically save the town, purge it with fire, and I just don't think that's going to happen.
Unlikely.
Unlikely, which means maybe the plan is just save the townsfolk and resign.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of the next best plan, which means I still need to evade this guy, but then that means I think maybe next turn we try to, save the town, save the townsfolk. The town.
I still have a plan if you happen to die, so...
Yay! Well, that's good. Okay, so I definitely want to evade this guy. Currently at 3 to 2. I'm trying to think what my best bet is. If I put a clue down with quick study, I'm more likely to succeed, but then I have to get the clue back. So I think... the end is nigh. Yeah, well, that's about right, actually, yeah. So I think what I will do with my last action is... It seems so silly to do this. How bad is the chaos bag? I mean, disastrous, of course.
Yeah.
And how bad would it be if we... It would be very bad if I took damage from this guy, because then siphon all the doom and all that.
It basically means that inn and town square or monastery, 2 locations would get destroyed.
So many things. Okay.
Maybe 3.
Okay. So
Because town square will have 1 health, butcher shop will be destroyed. So it's monastery, inn, and town square that would have 1 health, and then it would be 2 damage to 2 different locations.
So then I think what we do is...
But the game doesn't end.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm still
unless we of course draw another Oathbreaker to destroy somewhere. So
no, that would. I mean, that sounds about right. And Cthulhu, you're correct. Rex realized his notes and his language skills wasn't getting him anywhere. He wanted to use the universal language of images. Then what I am going to do, Crosshair, even though it's a bit silly, to not to sort of, it's not wasteful because I just don't think we're going to get clues from anywhere else here, is I'm going to break and enter.
You can.
Yeah, I can. Only because it will, if I succeed by 2 or more, automatically evade an enemy. So this takes me up to 9 to 4. Is that right? Yeah. Is that better than just evading? Yes. I could also put a clue down and then get the action to pick it back up, but anyway. All right, let's do it. Okay, we're good. We did it. We did it. We're scared. Okay. Rex is shielded by faith. He manages to, again, smash through a window in a nearby house, throw himself through into a living room and out the other side, evading the Oathbreaker. That is the end of my turn. Okay.
Which
means it is now the enemy phase. Stuff happens.
Horror.
Yeah, the cultists only have horror if they have doom on them.
Oh, right. So
they are. These guys are. These ranches are. I mean, they're still pretty fucked, but.
Oh, and this one doesn't do horror, so.
Yeah, very nice.
The Oathbreaker will patrol.
Yeah.
The Thrall will patrol here, and the thing that follows will patrol here.
That's a lot less good, actually. That's unfortunate. At the end of the enemy phase, after patrolling, ready unengaged enemies attack their location and blow up the butcher shop and blow up everything. No.
Yeah, basically, butcher shop goes bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
And the square takes 1 damage.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. Well, oh no, the thing that it's already unengaged. Oh, hang on. Although, well, yeah, it just says it attacks its location.
I guess it does then.
I was gonna say, is it more appropriate? I mean, the reality is that the thing that follows is only hunting Rex, but it is contributing to the devastation of the town at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of fair. Like that was a rather nasty thing to draw.
Yeah. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that means that we still have a town location remaining. The monastery is still and the inn. Perfect.
Yeah. So we are not quite done yet.
But if we can rescue enough townfolk, then maybe we can get the heck out of here. And we can go to upkeep. That would have been so great way earlier.
So yeah, basically my plan, if you would have died, would be to run to the town square, use the track shoes to avoid the enemies, go to the courthouse, place 2 clues on the Balea Draganuli location, and run back the turn after, and try to get the 2 clues and rescue the townsfolk. But
thank goodness that well, I mean, it might still be necessary, but let's hope that they can get just enough people out that they can save at least the heart of the village as we go to 3 out of 5 doom. There is no other doom to remove, so we do not advance the agenda yet. The town is nearing destruction, but we can draw encounter cards and, cross our fingers, I guess.
yeah, bye-bye tavern. Ooh, Ufa's feasts. All locations with red mist attached take 1 damage and 1 horror. Any investigator at the location with a copy of the red mist attached and without a copy of consumption of Ufha's in their threat area may take a set-aside consumption of Ufha's weakness and put it into the threat area to cancel this effect.
So, where is the red mist? The red mist is at the ranch and at the Balea Draganuli. They can't take damage. They would take an additional horror.
Let's look at the Ufhas.
Yeah.
Because it says that we can look at it, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. You could take the consumption if you wanted to.
I don't think so. No, thank you.
None of this consumption for us.
Yeah. So I guess the location takes horror. Cool.
And as does the ranch, which also has a red mist, but I don't think that does too much.
Yeah.
For us.
Ufhas can consume the town as much as he wants, or she. I don't know.
As much as it desires. This is, of course, the luck we were talking about before. It spawns at the empty town location, if able. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. Smash. The inn explodes in a ball of flame.
Yeah.
It was time. But we are, I mean, I'm not going to say safe, but we're here. I mean, I need to move in, spend 2 clues, and then resign. That's what I need to do.
Can you take a damage from the Oathbreaker?
I could. Do you want me to?
I mean, attack. No, I mean the attack of opportunity from moving to the...
yes. I can survive it. Yes.
Oh, it's 2 damage actually. One from moving and one from. Oh, right, but you have Dr. William T. Malison anyway, so.
Mr. Malison! And a damage or a horror from actually rescuing townsfolk, but I can do that too. That'll be. So yeah, so yes, it's except traumatic fear. When you would move to a destroyed location, test willpower 4. If you fail, cancel the move, take 2 horror or a mental trauma, and discard traumatic fear.
Yeah.
So, trying to move and then failing would mean that I'd have to move again and spend the clues, but then I wouldn't be able to resign.
Actually, would that mean that I'm not gonna take my turn first because I can't be backup basically. I can run in, engage the Oathbreaker, and evade it.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that means that the monastery isn't destroyed yet.
Yeah, which is good, right? Because okay, so that would be, as you say, backup.
Yeah, so I think our plan is to rescue the rest of the villages that we can and get out.
Right.
Because we don't have any town locations left.
Oh! Yeah, actually, hang on. I have a slightly better plan, I think. Oh, no, it's not that much better. It's the same problem. I was going to say if I evade, basically spending the clues to rescue the townsfolk gives me an action to resign with press pass. So I have kind of 2 actions, which could be move, fail, move. But then, well, no, that's okay. That's doable.
You should probably use the Shield of Faith then.
This phase, I agree. Yeah, that
Yeah.
seems good.
Basically, because when you resign, then the Shield of Faith can't deal damage to you.
That's very true. So, I'm gonna do it. I mean, this is gonna hurt, but it's okay. Let us attempt. So, Rex is going to, shielded by faith, attempt to move into the village itself and dispel all of the red mist with his own faith. So I'm going to attempt to move. I'm. What this does mean though is I'm taking an attack of opportunity. Okay, so the damage goes on Shield of Faith. And then when I would move,
Does that actually trigger Siphon?
That's a good question.
Because place all damage and horror you receive.
So Siphon says after 1 or more damage is dealt to an investigator and or an ally asset they control.
Yeah, so damage was dealt to you, but it goes into the Shield of Faith. Because you receive damage still.
Yeah, that's oops, jeez. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my page again here. I can't remember where we were. There we go. Nope. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
I
wording?
noticed because my lag went up to 600. So.
Whoops. Yeah, place all damage and horror you receive. So the what this means is that then I think, and this might be a bit of an issue. It means doom goes on the cultists, which means one of them engages you. But if we're planning on getting out of here,
Yeah, it's fine. I can evade it anyway.
Oh, right,
I have
okay.
like disguise and stuff like that.
Okay. So, Shield of Faith has taken the damage from the Oathbreaker.
So yeah, these guys take a doom, and I'll put a chalice. Oh right, but Siphon does only triggers at. I'm not at that location, otherwise chalice would have
Oh, I
taken a
see,
shot.
yeah. Oh, shoot, yeah, it's true. Okay. However, I need to test Willpower 4 in order to avoid being traumatized by moving into this devastated location. I am going to test 4 to 4. I'll commit this Dark Quick Study to be 5 to 4. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I think I'll be okay. It doesn't work. The tablet is
both.
minus 1 billion. So, I must...
-8.
-8. Incredible. I must take 2 horror or a mental trauma. I will take the 2 horror. I think we're good. Discard traumatic fear. I think...
You can put the damage on the zero.
Place all damage and horror you receive from enemies.
Ah, right.
But now that it's gone, I think we're still good. I'm gonna now. Rex will wrap himself even more tightly in his shield of faith as he just marches on. The thralls attempting to stab at him, slash at him. The streets slick with blood. I'm moving in, which means I take another attack of opportunity. Which puts another damage on Shield of Faith. Third action. I'm here. I'm spending 2 clues. To rescue some townsfolk. Take a damage or a horror. Put a resource on the scenario reference card. And then with my last action, I think, because I have this press pass. To resign. Rex essentially you get wrapped in this beautiful shining cloak of like fire. I think he just moves through the streets, people kind of in awe and terrified behind him as he's like, "Get out, run!" And then I'm gonna resign.
That's basically it. Because the Oathbreaker, of course, engages me.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking a resource. Move up to 2 resources from your resource pool. Damn.
Yeah, so you can only do so much around. You can only embezzle so much at a time.
Yeah, well, let's embezzle a little bit. That's a fast action anyway. And of course, this happens, but I'm not. Well, if I had time, I could take Grift and use it to get the more resources, but...
well, I mean, you do, right? If you want. Although I guess the other issue is that all the horror on the Valea makes you... the townsfolk all blame Wendy for being crown princess of Dragonescu.
I could move and take up damage and then do it at the monastery, but the doom will mean that the game will end at the end of this turn anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's just a moment of resign. I don't think I have anything else to do. Can I do anything else? Well, I could try to evade and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter really. If saved 4 people, Wendy resigns.
We've managed to escape the town with some of the townsfolk, as the rest is absolutely burned. Resign. If there are no investigators left in play, all remaining townsfolk, ? Are considered defeated and the town is destroyed. Which I presume means we look at the back of Act. Well, hang on. Let's see if there's if all investigators resigned. There is not.
Oh yeah, it might be different.
Yeah, but there is not. So I guess we advance the act, which is when towns are destroyed, because that's what it said on the location. Just had weird sort of phrasing, but it says the town is destroyed. So I feel like that's probably the same thing as this.
And all town locations are destroyed when the town is destroyed.
Weirdly enough, none of these are true. I guess.
If there are any town locations, well, there is the monastery, basically.
That's true, but well, yeah, except that then the resign said that the town is destroyed. All remaining townsfolk are considered defeated in the town. I mean, yeah, I guess it. It feels
There
like
are no town locations in play.
yeah.
Well, the monastery is basically.
Yes, again, except that the wording on the resign action was that the town is destroyed. It's just it's weird phrasing. I feel like they should have made it a lot more explicit. We didn't, because like if we read the little text on it, it says the horde is purified or something. I don't think so.
Yeah, objective is when all town locations in play are destroyed, we can't advance it before everything is destroyed. And this one says that if there are any town locations in play, it can't be true anyway.
Yeah.
Like, the objective is question mark when all town locations are destroyed, immediately advance. Okay. All town locations are destroyed, and then the resolution one is if there are any town locations in play.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, Osab, I love that. If there was a Go ahead, sorry, Crosshare.
Yeah. Destroyed by purifying conflagration? No. Destroyed by an enemy? No. Well, kinda.
If there was a no resolution was reached because each investigator resigned, that's what I would take here. There isn't one, so I think we have to go to 5 because
or 1.
Well, one I'm pretty sure 1 is the best outcome. It's the well, actually, here let me have a look here. Johann Reinhardt gives us resolution 1 and 2. He's the way that we achieve those. So I feel like R5 is the town has been overrun. Like that is what happened. I realize we resigned before the enemies destroyed the town, but I think it's a foregone conclusion that they will. Excuse me.
I guess so.
I'm gonna look at it and make sure that it makes some sense, but I feel like it probably does. I'm gonna read it anyway here. It says the remaining villagers fall before the blood cultists' merciless blades. The streets, once bustling with life, become a macabre stage for terrible acts of violence. Those who survive are torn away from their homes and dragged away to face an uncertain fate. Amidst the chaos and carnage, you hide within the shattered ruins. You evade the bloodthirsty gaze of the Oathbreakers, cowering within the rubble. Okay, Rex is cowering, let's be real. You bear witness to the grisly horror of the massacre. As the first faint light of dawn breaks over the horizon, a haunting silence descends upon Valea Draganuli. The air is heavy with the metallic stench of the red mist that now enshrouds the valley. Add a tablet token to the Chaos Bag for the rest of the campaign. Proceed to Resolution 6.
Yeah, I think that's right. That sounds right, at least.
It sounds like what happened.
Yeah, like, we escaped, anyway.
Yeah. Nicolae Dragonescu has been conspicuously absent during the Oathbreakers' attack on the village. You recall the words he spoke to his brother before plunging a dagger through him. Ovhash approaches. Nicolae discovered a ritual to pierce the veil between worlds, to beckon forth the malevolent Ovhash and ascend to power beside him. In the face of imminent doom, a glimmer of hope emerges. As the first light of dawn creeps over the horizon, you catch a glimpse of a group of Oathbreakers marching captives along a clandestine path into the mountains. A moment later, you lose sight of them. The path is hidden amidst crags of the Carpathian Mountains. At the base of the mountain, you notice a bit of green cloth tied loosely to a branch of a scraggly shrub flapping in the wind. One of the captives, you realize, must have left this small sign for you to follow. or for someone to follow. Probably not us specifically. Maybe Wendy. You hear a crash of thunder in the distance, and although dawn has arrived, the sky is eerily dark. A storm is approaching. So I'm just putting some music on here. Johann, mortally wounded, beckons towards the peaks. You look out into the mountains and prepare yourself for the trials ahead. If there are 4 resources on the scenario reference card, hey, each investigator gains 1 experience.
Yay!
If the investigators performed the purifying conflagration, we may choose to gain a power. We did not. Each investigator that controls a copy of the Consumption of Ufash must add it to their deck, because they've, been consumed, I guess. If any investigator controls the Shield of Faith, they may add it to their deck, ignoring deck building restrictions. No bad thing.
Nice.
Each investigator earns experience equal to Victory X, Power X. If you gained Alice Walcott's trust and Albert Henning's trust, well, they are gone. Proceed to Scenario 7, Thirst Eternal, brackets, you'll like this crosshair, allocate more time than usual to complete it.
2 weeks isn't
2 weeks,
enough.
yeah. What the hell, guys?
Oh, I also have my Blood Covenant. Yeah.
Ah!
Take a look at it.
Ooh. Ugh.
If 6 or fewer locations have been destroyed, take 1 physical or mental trauma or earn 1 fewer experience. Otherwise, if there are 7 or more destroyed, gain 2 power. So
Wendy?
I guess I'm gaining 2 power
Oh
then.
shoot, the village was so destroyed. I mean, what happened? And I am going to take
That
the Shield
means-
of Faith. Whoops.
Power 6.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So we gain
I-
1 XP.
yeah, that's kinda stingy. I'm like wondering, where do you even get XP here?
I agree. I imagine if we had gotten resolution 1 or 2, there'd be like a few XP for the resolution. I guess feel free to peek at that, because otherwise, literally, yeah, I don't see any on locations or anything.
Yeah.
Was there a little bit in there, maybe?
Little bit more if we had saved the village.
Oh. Huh. That's weird.
Basically resolution 1.
Okay.
So I guess the destroy or defeat all enemies and play and destroy all town locations doesn't. No, it's destroy this location, defeat all enemies here.
So that's the...
So
Yeah.
basically we would have had to destroy an abomination, then gather all the enemies in the same location and then use with 6 clues Johann Reinhardt to get resolution 1.
Which I have to imagine the thought behind this scenario is, kill everything faster than it can burn the town down, so that you can actually do the other things. I presume was the plan. But with 1 XP going into the final scenario, maybe we'll get something good with it. Who knows?
Yeah.
This means
We've failed before.
Hmm?
We've failed before.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a... Oh, I was going... It is a failure, I guess, in the sense that we, watched the town get destroyed. But more power for Wendy, no bad thing.
Yeah, and we saved everyone we could.
Exactly. That was the only objective we could achieve, and we did. So that's pretty good. This means that when we return to Twund, Wendy and Rex will be moving into the mountains for Scenario 7, the final scenario of this campaign, and it is called Thirst Eternal. But that brings us to the end of Twoomed for today. Hooray! We did it? Question mark. Something happened. Who knows what is going to happen here? And of course, Crosshair. Well, Jesse McCready is correct. I can't speak no goddamn English. That's your holidays for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today on Twoomed. Do stay tuned to the Discord to find out when we're going to be diving into this final scenario. I don't believe I'm free in 1 week's time at the usual Twoomed time, so we're going to see when it will next happen. But
probably next year,
probably
and then the whole of January if it's longer than the other ones.
Which is actually pretty perfect, Crosshair, because I think the Drowned City comes out in February, which will be my next Doomed campaign, I think. So that'll be great. Thank you all for joining us. In 2.5 hours or so, we've got the Drew Crew. We're going to be doing a bit the Drew Crew.
Oh,
We're going to be reading a little bit more, a couple of chapters of the Clue in the Diary, I think it's called.
Yeah, Clue in the Dairy.
Clue in the Dairy, exactly. And I hope you join us for that. No RPG Clinic stream tomorrow, so no Montreal by Moonlight tomorrow. We're taking a little break for the holidays, as you can imagine. But that does mean there will be streams returning to you either at the end of 2024 or early in 2025. Yeah, be safe, be well, and have great holidays. Crosshair, anything else to add there?
Basically, if you're traveling, travel safe, land safer, purple buds, and have a great week if you don't celebrate anything, and if you do, have a great thing.
Yeah, exactly. Have a great thing, and if you don't celebrate, have a great thing anyway.
Yeah. Enjoy your things.
Rex and Wendy will journey to the top of the Carpathian mountain range to, I don't know, drive Uvhash away? Or something. Yeah. We're going to see what happens the next time you are able to rejoin us on Twoomed. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.